So hey there, my name is Dave Dion. I am the team leader of the Valley Solutions real estate team here in Arizona. I'm also a licensed realtor in California. Hope to be in Florida at some time soon as well. Sharing this, my buddy Derek Carlson is not on with me right now, but he is the founder of MVP Realty. And some of the things we are really good at is helping agents take control of their business. And one of the ways an agent can take control of their business is by learning how to generate their own leads at a cost that makes sense. There are too many people out there trying to sell tools and products and leads to real estate agents. And the truth is, a lot of these tools and products and leads that agents buy, they actually end up helping the agent work themselves right out of the business and not right into the business. And Derek and I are passionate about helping agents be successful. We have successful businesses and we want to pass it on. So in this example, in this video, I actually want to show you an alternative to build landing pages. And I am using this as an example right here. And in no way am I knocking this as an ineffective landing page. It is a third-party product that I actually pay for, and you know what? There's definitely some value in there. I want to show an easy way or an alternative to create pages like this, as well as help you develop your skill set where you could realistically build a page for any topic you want in real estate. So let's get started. The first thing you need to understand is the product I use is www.thebestsitebuilder.com. Again, www.thebestsitebuilder.com. I'm going to log in right now, and I am going to, as soon as this pops off the screen, what's going on there? Let's get rid of that. I'm going to log in and I'm going to go to my Cheetah Builder. Okay, so there's a lot of tools in thebestsitebuilder.com, but the one that I use to build websites is called Cheetah Builder. And you will see I use it. I mean, I have 4 pages of websites already built, and I continue to build more. If you sign up for thebestsitebuilder.com, I will be a resource to you. I will even transfer websites that I build to you. And then all you have to do is make a few changes and you've got a full-blown website. So here, I'm going to type in, I'm going to click on Create New Website, and I'm going to do it Power Ranch Homes Sold. That's going to be the title. And in the description, I'm just going to copy that and I'm going to paste it in there. And I'm going to click blank template. At some point, you might want to select a template, but right now we're going to build this site from scratch. Now what we did is, now there was no pause or delay. I didn't hit pause on the video, and I'm not going to do that at any point through this whole video, meaning what you see is what you get. If I make a mistake, you're going to see the mistake. If there's a delay, you're going to see the delay. But for the most part, I think this is going to go super smooth. So I'm going to now explain that a single page has been added to my website. And if I click Edit Page, it's going to be exactly what it should be. It's going to be a blank page. So let's just let that load up. Should take about 5 seconds. And right here, we have a blank page. The basics here are pages are made up of 2 components, panels and elements. Panels are sections of the website. Elements are what goes on a panel. So if I go over to the site that I'm trying to create here, see this right here, this whole top section, that's a panel. See this? That's a panel. See that? That's a panel, okay? So let's start by adding let's start by adding 3 panels. One of them is going to have an image in the background, and 2 of them are going to be colors. So let's do that. Add panel, and I'm going to add a blank panel. There it is right there. I'm going to click Add Blank Panel. There's another one, and I'm going to do it again. And now I have 3 blank panels. See that right there? So now let's look at this top panel. And what should it look like? So let's go back to the site we're trying to duplicate. And it's not very tall. I'm going to probably lengthen my panel a little bit. I'm going to put a background image, social media thing, and some text, right? So let's start with that. So I'm going to come back to the builder, and I'm going to go let's get rid of this text for now. I'm going to delete that. So all I do is I click on it and I delete it. And then I'm going to click on the panel itself, and I'm going to click on General Colors, and I'm going to click Change Image. Change Image changes the background color, okay? Let me type in Power. I don't know if I have any Power Ranch images already uploaded. I do, and you know what? There's a good image right there. So I'm going to click that, move myself out of the way, and I'm going to click Save. Right there, I have got now a panel with a background image. And if we remember, the panel looks a little bit bigger than that. So I'm going to click on the panel, and I'm going to grab this little sizing bar right there, and I'm going to open it up that big. Okay. The next thing on this panel is some social media stuff. So I'm going to click Add. Now remember, elements go on panels. So I'm going to click on Elements. I'm going to scroll down, and somewhere I have social bars. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to drag it right over there. Okay? Once it's there, I can click on it, and I can click Center Element, and it just centered it on the page. Okay? From there, I can click on it, and I can click, see it says Social Bar? This is where I can configure it. So there's elements. Do I want to show Facebook? Do I want to show Twitter? Do I want to show Instagram? Do I want to show LinkedIn? And if I don't want to show it, for example, I just click that and I click it off. And for my links, when they click it, you enter the link there. I'm not going to do that step, but I think you guys get the idea, right? So I just sized it a little bit, and I'm going to close that. I'm going to bring it down, and I'm going to click Center again. Now let's go back to the site I'm trying to duplicate. See recently sold homes in and around Power Ranch. So I'm going to take that text right there, and I'm going to copy it. I'm going to come back to the editor, and I'm like, okay, I have to add something. I have to add an element. So I'm going to click Add Elements. I'm going to close the social bars, and I'm going to click on Texts. And in this case, I'm going to click Title H2, and I'm just going to drag it over. I didn't configure my text in advance. I might do this a little bit differently, but for this example, I just want to show you how easy this is. So I'm going to double click in there. I'm going to delete what's in there, and I'm going to paste what you know what? I made one mistake here. So I told you I can make mistakes. I'm going to delete that. And it's because I deleted everything in there, I lost the formatting. So that was something I did, right? So I'm going to click Elements. I'm going to bring over the Title 2 text again. And I'm going to double click. This allows me to edit the text inside the box. I'm going to paste that in there. And then I'm going to remove what was in there. The Title H2 thing, right? I'm going to click out of the box. And then I'm going to say, okay, well, I want it to come across my screen like this. And I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to center it. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to double click in it again. And this allows me to change the format of the text, the fonts, all that kind of stuff. And what I want to do is I just want to change the color, right? So right there, it's see recently sold homes in and around Power Ranch. I'm going to do one other trick though. It's not on the site I'm trying to duplicate, but it's a trick that I do that actually cleans it up a little bit. I'm going to add element. I'm going to close texts, and I'm going to add a box. Okay. And there's all these pre-configured boxes, and I can change the configuration of them after the fact. But I'm just going to grab this box and I'm going to bring it over. And you see the box is a solid box. I'm going to resize it. Right. I'll resize it like that. Then I'm going to click on it, and I can click on background settings. See, it says solid color. I sometimes like to make these a little bit transparent, so I can go like that. And you know what? I'm going to make this box dark and pretty transparent, just like that. So you guys see what I did? I can make round corners and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to bring this text back up here and see how it makes it pop. I can click on the text. I can center it in the box. And then I can click on the box, and I can center the box on the screen. Now let's go back to the website I'm trying to duplicate. Includes the price, date, and whatever. So I'm going to hit copy. I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to add elements, close the box, add text. I'm going to add title H4. I'm going to place it in there. I'm going to double click. Give it a second to do that. I'm going to paste my text in there. I'm going to delete what was already in the box. I'm now going to just reposition this over here. I'm going to grab the bottom corner of the box. I'm going to resize it. I'm going to center it. I'm going to double click on the text again. I'm going to select everything and I'm going to make it white. The text is white. I could have pre-configured this before I even started, but there we go. So the site is resembling the site that I am trying to duplicate. Okay, so I can move things around. Now, the next thing I want, in this case, this landing page has you put in an address here. I actually want to put a contact form, meaning you want to see recently sold homes in and around Power Ranch. Let's get your info. So I'm going to click Add, Elements. I'm going to close the text and I'm going to go Contact Form. And I'm going to click a basic form. I'm going to click this one right here. And there it is, okay? I am going to come over here and I see that it doesn't quite fit. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to extend that panel just so it fits, okay? And I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to click on Settings right here, Set the Fields. And this is where I can decide which fields I show. If I click, see if I click on Fields, this is where I can put in last name, first name. I can change that to your complete name, your email, your phone number. I can also add a field. And I can type in text and I can add, and I can just label it address. Okay? And I can type in your address and I can hit save. It positions it right there. And actually I didn't put the tag, so I have to tag it. And under tag, I'm going to put address. That's so the back office knows when you enter something in that field what it is. I'm going to click save. Here it is. And now I can go like this and I can stretch that out a little if I want and position it. And, you know, one other thing is I didn't do it, but I could say, okay, and when you fill out this contact form, this is the email address I want you to send it to, and that would be your email address. So super easy to configure this. I would get rid of this. In this case, I would just have name, email, maybe phone number, and address, right? So that's that. So now let's scroll down, and I'm looking at this section right here. So it says enter address, you know, for free and instant info. I'm going to copy that, but I'm going to come over here and I'm going to double click in this box. Give it a second. Now I'm going to paste that in. I'm going to delete this stuff. And I'm going to say, enter information. Your information. And I'm going to leave that right there. Then I'm going to come back to the site. And then I have these three icons, three things right here. So I'm going to grab these icons. And actually what I might do is make a box. So watch. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to open this up just a little bit. I'm going to go add elements. I'm going to hit return. And I'm going to grab a box. Wherever the boxes are. I'm going to grab this. There it is. I'm going to change the size of it a little bit. I could change the color of that box and do all this other stuff, but there, I'm satisfied with that box. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an element. I'm going to hit back on the boxes and I'm going to find image. So I'm going to click on image and I'm going to drag over this image right here. And I'm going to put it on the box. And don't get too concerned that the image is so big because I want that little icon. So what I did is I just clicked on the image. In general settings, I'm going to change the image. I'm going to go to get rid of the word power. And these are all the images I've uploaded. Obviously, I don't have that here. And I'm going to go to my computer. I'm going to go to my downloads and let it load up. And okay, they're little icons. Well, this is a good example. I actually have icons right here. So what is the image? It's a little location thing, right? So I can just click on icons here and I can go, let's see if I do this, location. Okay, there's no images found. There's all these images, right? And I could go through or I could upload it. In this case, I'm just going to grab this one right here and I'm going to hit use that image. Okay. Then I'm going to resize it because it's small. Okay. Then if I come over here, I see there's two text lines. There's one that font and there's one this font. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to close this. I'm going to click add elements. I'm going to add text and I'm going to add a title 5, H5 text. And I'm also going to add a paragraph text. Okay, I'll bring this all back over here. I can resize it a little bit. What I'm about to show you is really pretty cool. Okay, so I have that. I position this here. This text is a little too roomy, takes up a little too much room, but just for the example part, I double click in there and I delete this part of the text. And this is where it gets kind of cool. Okay, so this is the layout I want. And this layout would work for all three blocks. So I just click on the box and I click, I'll give it 1 second. Getting a little ahead of myself. I'm just going to click on the box. Notice it says box here, and then I click duplicate element. It duplicates it. I can just drag that there. And then I can click on this element, this box. I can click clone element. And it does that again, right? So now I have three, and I could just go in and change the words, and the text, and the images, right? So I'll just show you real quick. I just click on that image right there. The editor will open up on the right-hand side of the screen. I can click change image. I can click on icons, and I can put anything I want in there. I click on this one. That's the one I want. I just click on it and hit save. And you just do that across. Now let's go back to the website that I'm duplicating. And then I just see it's a footer. So the footer is kind of interesting. So let's go back here and let's go up to the top and let's hit add panels. And instead of a blank panel, let's go down and click footer. And there's these pre-configured footers already. And you know what? This one resembles that one to a point. So let's just click on it. It adds it to the bottom of my website. There it is. I can click on this panel now and I could actually delete it. Right? So now look at my website. And let's just say I didn't need this whole panel, this whole section right here. See this box? I just click on it and I can click delete. And let's say I wanted my image there, just like on the example site. I click add elements. I can close the titles, the text. I can come down here to image. I can just drag this over right to where I want it. Again, don't worry about the sizing because we can resize it. I just click on the image. I click change image. And let's see if there's an image of me here. And I don't even know if there is. But let's say this was my profile image I wanted on the site. I just click on it. I'm going to click save. I can click on it. I can resize it. And